Alright, hello everyone and a very good evening. Welcome to yet another Star Citizen stream. I have been playing this game for roughly a week now and I actually really like it. I think it's absolutely unfinished in so many ways, but it has been a really sort of fun experience, even though you absolutely this doesn't really pass for a complete game at this point, although there's something about the atmosphere of the parts that are complete and something about this promise of this sort of large coherent universe that really it makes it hard to not enjoy this game if you are into space games and so on. So I think I'm going to continue streaming this game for a little bit. And I think because not everything is completely streamlined here in this game yet, it's good to have certain objectives and goals that you want to do. It's especially short on story missions and so on. So the things that you can do so far is mostly space combat, you can do exploration, and you can do some mining. And these are some of the things that I'm interested in. One of the things that I would like... Okay, so basically there are three things that I would like to try in the game that I haven't done yet. And these are this is the first time that I will be exploring these things, so I really don't know if this is going to succeed or not, but I figured it was worth a try. So the first thing I want to do is so-called hand mining, or first-person mining, where you go into caves and mine precious rocks and materials. The second thing is to do some bounties on... well, basically pirates and wanted people out in space, except maybe not players. I think that seems to be a little bit too complicated. The last thing is that I would really like to try some of these ground combat missions, and if I'm going to do that I would probably need to have a little bit better equipment than what I currently have. So I've sort of hoped all these things will come together and that I will be able to progress a little bit in the game. I have mostly played this solo or with a friend, just looking at ships and so on. So what I want to do now is I want to try to get the mining tool. I want to get the rucksack so that I have something to put this material in. And then I want to go and try and find one of these caves to explore. I think I don't actually have enough money to do this, so perhaps we'll throw in some deliveries and bounties in order to get a little bit of money to... I'll build up the stuff I need to do those missions. So I plan to do a couple of streams tonight. The first one now will be until roughly 6 o'clock, and then the next one will be after that, probably around 7 Central European time. So let's have a look at the game. So I'm currently in orbit around Levski, or orbit is not really what it is. I'm currently in space around Levski, and this is my ship. It's a Aegis Titan. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. I actually really like the look of this ship. I also like the look of Levski, this moon or planetoid that I'm above. It's really, really rugged, and well, we had me and a friend were coming down here, and we were actually rammed as we were trying to land by another player. So yeah, it's actually another example of things in the game that needs to be corrected. Is this sort of... There needs to be a penalty for destroying other people's ship as you arrive. So I'm going to go down to Levski down there. So I'm too close to do a hyper jump right now. So I'm actually going to fly down there just using my ship and on cruise control. We had this really cool moment in the game last time I was playing, where we... So Levski, I can show you hopefully as I am approaching here. Oh, I put my cruise control way too high. Well, that was really fast. Ooh. Will this stream start with me crashing into Levski? No. Okay, I actually managed to counteract that. So as we're looking around Levski here, it's sort of, this is like this borehole here in the middle, where all the that the station is built around. And this, let me back out of here a little bit. And this borehole has a window inside of it where the station, that you can peek out from the station after you entered it. And indeed you can go down into this borehole and look into the station. So it sort of highlights this idea that the game is not just a series of levels that are loaded. It's actually more physical than that. I know I keep saying that in these streams, but that really is one of the more interesting things about this game. It's this special sort of large universe that you are located in that really sort of feels like a real place, and that is something very unique to this game. I don't think I've ever had that quite as much in any other game. Okay, so let's ask for permission to land. So I recently learned, and this maybe shows my newbiness, that you can actually scroll into these elements in your cockpit. And so now I'm going to go ask Levski Landing Controller for a pad to land on, so I'm going to ask it for that.
Look at that. Got a hangar free that's perfect for you.
And the hangar that I'm going to get is probably going to be underground. So if this works out, we'll probably have the bay open as we approach it, and there it is. Okay, let's go in there. So this hangar is underground, so I'm gonna just try to come in gently. It glitched in there, didn't it? So I'm gonna try to come in gently above it and then lower myself into it. And then if you have a look around, we can also expand our landing gear. There you go. Let's have one more look from above and set her down, hopefully gently on the ground. And there we are.
There you go. Safely landed.
So let's exit the chair. Maybe I should turn off the ship first. I'm not really sure that matters, but let's have a look anyway. So I also learned that people can steal your ship if you don't close it or lock it as you leave. So I should probably make sure to close all the doors of my boat. Okay, so again we're on Levski. The goal here is to grab a mining tool. So we're going to go to a place called Conscientious something and try and find it there. Call the elevator. We had another interesting experience in this game the other day when me and a friend were both taking the elevator at the same time to the same location. And we were wondering what would happen if we arrived at the same time. And indeed we did arrive at the same time. I think we go to the lobby maybe? Yeah. So we were both arriving at the same time. And I could see his marker behind me, so I arrived first, and then my elevator opened and I exited, and I saw his marker was sitting, so he's above me at the point where I was, so his elevator actually stopped while I was getting out of mine. So there was like it's actually some kind of control there between the elevators, and I thought that was super neat. Here's that example again. You can actually fly down and look through this window if you want to. Okay, so let's see if I can find my way around. It might actually be that this was not the best place to go. No, I think the lobby is not actually where I want to be. I think I want to go to customs. So let's do that. Let's have a brief look at the mining note, the notes about how you do mining here. Okay, there's actually another player there as well. So what it said here is that you can go to conscientious objects on Levski. Actually, Tammy and Sons on Lorwell was recommended if just doing FPS mining. But I think I saw on the YouTube video that they had it on conscientious objects. So let's go there and have a look there. Where is conscientious objects? I assume I must pass through customs here at Levski. Liberty maintenance. Residential area. Yep. So then there's this second elevator that you gotta take down to some of the other things. So let's go down there to the Grand Barter. I see every now and then there is this discussion in the game or in the forums and on the Discord whether you want to have a minimap or not. It's actually an interesting discussion because every now and then I do really get lost in these locations because they are so large. But in some ways it's nice to get lost. I sort of enjoy the fact that I gotta look around. Okay, let's see if we find these conscientious objects. Maybe that's in Grand Barter. Just have a look on the sides here. Yep, let's go down here and have a look. Let's see if we find this. Hospital conscientious objects, there it is. So you can take a moment to admire this view. It really looks like sort of shantytown, doesn't it? Look at this. It's really neat. I love the atmosphere of this game. It's one of the best things about it by far. It's this sense that these places are sort of lived in, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's switch back to the game view. Hey, do you speak? Sometimes they talk, sometimes they don't. Does he have purple eyes? Yeah. Okay, so the mining... Okay, here it is. Yeah, so apparently we need this thing. We need this thing, and then we need like the mining component to that. So this is a multi-tool, and then we add the mining attachment. What is this? Cutter attachment. So I heard someone say that you could, like, the idea is you could break into ships and cut through places. Okay, so how much money do I actually have right now? Do I see it in the... no, definitely not the star map. So, oops. Okay, so I have 2,300 credits, so we should have enough to buy this tool. Does it say anything about it? So it's a grey cat, almost like cat. It's a pistol-sized power tool for the modern space engineer that's capable of charging, cutting, and patching, achieving a multitude of uses thanks to its wide assortment of attachments. Perfect for making a tough job a little easier. Sounds exactly what we want. Okay, so also now we grab the mining attachment. Okay, so do I have to like attach that somehow, I wonder? Let's see. I've hardly ever equipped anything in this game yet, so like I said, this is just, I'm exploring this. Okay, equipment manager. This is my dude. Utility maybe? Utility item. Pyro RYT multi-tool. Cool, okay, so now that's equipped. So do I somehow... okay, change pending, so I gotta save that. Do I have to... okay, so here's a multi-tool attachment, and then we attach the orbit mining attachment to it. Okay, that's done. Let's save these changes and equip. Okay, so now we should have a functional mining laser attached, or a mining tool. We can have a little look around here when we are here, see what they have. Look at these things. Apocalypse Arms. So apparently there is a mode called Theaters of War coming out for this game shortly. Actually shortly, they say like in the beginning of the year. Where you will go and it's like a massive battlefield where you can go and it's like a phased map where you will do something on the ground, and then so it's 20 versus 20 person teams, so it's 40 people in total, and you will do these phases where they will battle it out over time, and it's like a big multi-phased combat operation kind of thing that you can play. It's a multiplayer thing. Right now you can do the first person combat in the game called Star Marine, which is available to anyone that pledged to this game, but I found that a little bit lacking. It's still fun though. I actually had some fun in Star Marine. As far as I understand, they want to have these things as sort of standalone simulations that you can go and do when you are traveling through space and when you are on your ship. So it will be more like a holodeck. Okay, let's get to customs. So a video I saw had a recommended mining location which was not on this planet. So what we want to do, I think, is to go somewhere slightly different and try and find caves where we can mine. And also someone said you needed a rucksack to carry things in after you have collected them from the mining, so we will go and do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to have a quick... I'm going to go into orbit and then I'll have a quick look in the guide to see where to mine and where those places, where the best places are, and see if the guide says something about this rucksack as well. Okay, so we're going to go to hangar... Was it hangar 2 where my ship was? I think I can see it, can't I, in the tool here? Can't I? Vehicle? Maybe not. Someone said that I could see in this thing the location of the ship. I can't see that right now. Yeah, I think it was hangar 2. Let's give that a try. Actually, let me just have a look outside there on the terminal, just so we don't have to do a detour unnecessarily. This is how you call your ship. You go into these terminals and you find it, and right now my ship is Levski Hangar 3. Okay, good. So in case anyone watching is considering buying this game, you might want to be aware that like literally everything I do today is in vain, because they will wipe all this progress on the next server update. So that's like 4 times a year, I think. Everything just goes away.
Hey, so I gotta take your ship down into storage, okay?
Okay, so we just got a message there saying that he has to take my ship away because I've been sitting too long without using it. Let's see if we can still take off. But I think maybe we are too late. Let's just enter ship. It's also interesting to see what happens if I'm in the ship as he's taking it away.
So, gonna have to move your ship.
Flare ready.
Can I go here and ask for permission to take off anyway? Maybe he will understand. Whoops. Okay, fascinating. Yes, that's probably exactly what happens. So I got thrown out and back into customs. Okay, let's retrieve the ship again. That was unnecessary.
All right, your ship's all ready for you.
Thank you. Am I not gonna get location? Okay, so we are again in hangar 3. Let's go for that. I feel I just did this. I'm getting really good at calling elevators. So I bought a rifle, but I have yet to fire this rifle. It's one of the reasons I'm a little bit curious about getting into a ground combat mission where I'm actually really getting some proper combat in. Because outside of Star Marine, I really haven't had an opportunity to fire my gun in the game yet. And you can see that the bay doors up here are actually closed, so as we take off, they will open them for us. Which is nice. Again, I'm going to go in through the front door this time, although I could also enter the ship from the back. See my little dude climbing in there. And then I press R to ready the ship for flight. There you go, the lights are on.
Activated.
Okay, and then let's ask for permission to take off again.
Shields recharging. Shields up.
Hangars open and the flight path clear.
And now they're
Go
opening
ahead
for it. Good
and
stuff.
launch.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's take off. And retracting the landing gear, and here we are. This is the most sort of developed and best part of this game, I think. Okay, let's go into orbit. The spaceflight feels really good, I have to say. I really enjoy this this part of it. I think it just really works. It's cool. Look at this, beautiful graphics. Like I said in one of the previous streams, this is one of the prettiest games I know. Okay. So let us have a, while we are up here, let's have a quick look in that guide to see where we should be going to do our mining. Let's have a look. Okay, so before you are off to mine, there are a few things to need to take into consideration. You need at the minimum the multi-tool and its mining attachment. Next you'll want to store it, and then they recommend the Max Flex Rucksack Core. So where can I buy this? Did it actually say there? Available at all major landing zones except Grim Hex. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea to take off then. I could have bought it down there on Levski. Finally, you need a small amount of cargo space. Well, I don't have a lot of cargo space in my ship, but I think we'll find it. Okay, so where does it recommend me go? Caves can be found on Daymar, Hurston, and Aberdeen. You can go straight into the caves available via the Skyline app. Okay. So I think, let's see, actually, I think someone recommended going to Hurston for this. Let's see, is that where the station that you normally start the game, where that is? Let's have a look and see. So let's open the star map. The star map is a little bit janky. I don't really get it to work a lot of the time. So we could actually go here to Delmar to mine, but someone said they recommended to go to Hurston. Okay, so actually Crusader is the one where the starting station is. So what is on Hurston? Is it somewhere interesting that we could go and visit? Everest Arbor, I haven't been there. Is that a place where you can actually go? Okay, let's have a quick look in the guide again and just see what is on Hurston. Star Citizen Hurston. Lorville. Oh, that is a beautiful place to visit. So maybe let's go to Hurston, and the way the game works is that when you set down on a location, you will respawn there if you die or something happens to you. So let's go to Hurston and find the rucksack, and then we can also mine on Hurston, I hope. Again, I really don't know. I'm just trying this out. Okay, so let's set our marker for Hurston. And that's one jump. And do I have enough fuel? Yeah, I have plenty of fuel. You can't get stuck in space in this game, and then literally there is no way out. Okay, so let's start spooling, and we get a marker, and Hurston is over there. 30,000 kilometers away. And so while we are going there, we can have, have a look on the mining guide.
Quantum travel initiated.
And is it not gonna pop? There you go. There you go. And now we are doing quantum travel. Nice. Okay, so while my ship takes care of this for me, let us have a see how long it's gonna take. Okay, so it is going down relatively quickly, but it does take a long time to fly there. So let's have a look in the guide again. Lorville is huge, actually. I landed there with a friend of mine a while ago, and it's so big you gotta take a metro station inside of it, which is neat in its own kind of way. So, okay, so let's go back to the mining thing. Okay, so another mechanism here is apparently that some rocks, when you start mining, will explode on you. So you gotta, there is a little bit of a risk reward through the mining as well. You gotta like keep it within certain levels of energy and so on, or the rock will explode and kill you. If mining in a cave, don't forget where the entrance was. If mining an asteroid, don't forget that the ore fragments will fly off when the rock breaks. Interesting. So we gotta find the ore. Yeah, so equip multi-tool. Multi-tool will analyze the now outlined rock and provide the following information: composistence, resistance, and instability. Instability will make more challenging to maintain balanced power level without exploding the rock. So there's the dangerous thing. Okay, and also once the best rock is chosen, fracture the rock with the multi-tool. The mining laser will toggle. Adjust the laser toggle with the relevant key binding to increase or decrease power applied to the rock. This bar is displayed on the right of the screen. Okay, so you want to be in the fracturing zone, which is the green zone of that bar. Collection and sale. Once the rock has been fractured, the player may collect pieces on the ground. You can stow them. Some pieces may be hard and impossible to collect. Okay. Okay, so where do we sell them? Because now it's actually saying Port Olisar, but that is quite far away. Trading console. Okay, so where are the trading consoles? Does it say? The trading consoles are used to buy and sell various commodities around the stations and moons. Cities. These consoles are generally found near admin desk areas and allow you to buy and sell many different types of legal cargo. You can yeah. Okay, so let's see when we get to Lorville if we can find a trading console. Okay, so it's a little bit interesting that actually the picture here is from Levski. So maybe the best place to mine for us would have been Levski. But we can give this a try. We have roughly an hour or more of this stream before I gotta go do something else for a bit, so let us see. Okay, we should very shortly be coming up on Hurston, I think. Let's have a look in the display. So we are 8 million kilometers away, which is a small deal when your ship is flying this fast. Let's Google Lorville Trading Post, was that what it was called? Trading Console. Oops. Yes, look for an admin office. Okay. So Lorville admin office. It's actually really cute that this place is big enough that you need to have a transit system inside of it. I like that. Okay, so let's search for admin. So we want to go to the workers district. Okay, so where is that? It doesn't really say, but let's hope that the or maybe it did say their workers district. Leveston Square at its hub. Did that say? Okay, so that's probably this one, Leveston something station. Okay, let's go there. Okay, let's switch back into the game. Probably I can actually now see our planet in the distance. So let's have a look and see if we get a beautiful exit from space. And it's shaky, which I guess is a good sign, right? And oh. Where we pulled out before. Oh, damn it. Is there a contact, perhaps? Why did I drop out of jump there? Is it because there are pirates around, perhaps? I don't think I pushed a button. Oh, we can try and continue our jump.
initiated.
I didn't see any pirates on the radar. I didn't get any contacts. Okay, that was weird. Let's try it again. Well, there's no shortage of bugs in this game, that's for sure. There you go. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully we will exit at a beautiful location. Also gotta remember to refuel my ship once I'm down there. Is that a moon or some kind of reflection? Okay, there we are. The last time I came here, which is perhaps a bit interesting. The last time I came here, we had this discussion, me and a friend. Is there actually a water in the game? As you can see down here on the surface, there truly is water on the planet. The problem was that I decided I wanted to try and step into the water, and it immediately killed me. It was insta-death, just touching the water. And I hadn't landed in Lorville yet at that point. So because of that, there was no way that I could... There was no way that I could easily recover, and I had to fly really far to get anywhere. Okay, let's try and find Lorville. So we're looking for, yeah, so where is it? There, I think that's it, isn't it? Lorville. Okay, let's lock that in and go down there. So quantum travel also works for longer distances around planets, and it will take you around the planet if necessary. And indeed, that seems like it is exactly what we are doing right now. Oh, that's definitely Lorville, although it is in the dark at the moment. Okay, that's going to be a little bit more complicated because then I have to land in the dark. Lorville is a little bit difficult to land on because the autopilot, this is a huge city. It's a bit of a shame we can't see it because this is such a large, expansive city. And I think you see some markers in the distance there, and it's not markers, it's some kind of holographic display. And that is, you see now there's a warning there near restricted area. So that area there is Tessa Spaceport, and that's actually where we want to go to land. So let's navigate over there. Also, this building here sort of reminds me of Blade Runner type buildings. Okay, so let's request a... No, it's not there yet. I guess I gotta go a bit further. Lorville at night. Started seeing player ship markers down there. These are all the green markers are all the players being landed on Lorville, and there's one coming in there as well right now. Okay, let's see now if we can communicate with the ground. Lorville landing services. Okay, let's get the request.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So you can't always see the landing base until you are much closer, and that is also something that is a bit annoying. Okay, so now I can see the marker. It's the wrench marker. And in my experience, you really have to come in very shallow. You have to come straight down above it, otherwise it doesn't work. Because now we can actually get some kind of idea of Lorville here. If you look around, you can see the city around us. But the sun, is it rising or setting? If the sun is rising, maybe we should sit here for a bit. Maybe we'll catch sunrise on the train. Okay. Okay, so let's actually position ourselves straight above the landing pad and then level off. I'm gonna reduce my max speed. Oh, look at that. Maybe we actually have sunrise above Lorville. Indeed we do. Look at that. Sunrise above future cities. Beautiful. That means that by the time we get on this on the train, we will probably be able to see the city a little bit better. Okay, let's get in. This seems like a very small hangar. I'm going nose first. I think I'll level out once we're inside. Yeah, I know. The reason I'm going in like this is because, again, it's a very
Proximity alert.
yeah. It's because the corridor that you're allowed to come down in here is very small. Okay, so let's get down. Landing gear out. And set her down relatively gently. Ooh. Okay, maybe not the most elegant landing, but I can live with that. And I guess if I look up now, presumably they will close the doors, and indeed they do. It's nice, I like that. Okay, let's exit the ship and go find ourselves a rucksack. So we just traveled 30 million kilometers to buy ourselves a backpack. I think Greta Thunberg would not be proud of me at this point. And there is my ship. Something tells me it doesn't run on fossil fuels, does it? Okay, also let's remember to close it so nobody takes off with it. Can I? There you go. Okay, good stuff. So, we gotta find a rucksack, and I also want to have a look and see if we can find the trading terminal so I know where to go back to once we filled it. Drone repair, no, I think the elevators are over here. Doesn't this look like an elevator? No, maybe it's not there. That looks more like it. There's a security guard over there as well. Or maybe not. Landing bay, what about over there? Arrivals, that looks good. There we go. Hangar bay, exit point 1. So let's see what options we have to get around here. I don't know this place very well, so yeah, so Tessa Spaceport looks good, and then from Tessa Spaceport we have to make our way into the city. So if you thought other games were walking simulator, what was the one they called a walking simulator? It was that Kojima game, wasn't it? Death Stranding. So if you thought that was the walking simulator, then this is even more, was it? This is funky because NPCs in this game don't really work. The social NPCs don't really work. So this is probably one or more dudes standing on here. If you see his forehead, there's more than one person inside this guy, I think. Or maybe he's just wrinkled. Yeah, sometimes multiple of them spawned in. Whoops. Okay, so I seem to have a funky geometry situation going on. Look at that. Ah, I've seen actually this thing before as well. So now I'm not able to move, but often you can sit on a chair and it will sort itself out. There you go. So just sitting down and getting up again will solve some of these geometry issues. There we go. Okay. Hurston Mass Transit. There's rentals. You can actually rent ships in this game at a relatively high cost. Here are other players too. Hey there, shall I say hi? I guess he left already. So do we now have sunrise over Lorville out here? We do, don't we? Look at this. I'm not sure if that's a player ship that's parked there or not, but look at that. It's nice. And then someone is taking off there. I think that's probably a player. I love this. it's neat. It's like this idea. That's one of my favorite things about MMOs is this sort of feeling that, well, usually they don't look this creepy, but this sort of feeling that people are coming and going about their business. I love that. Okay, mass transit. Let's go there. So first, let's find the admin console to look for that. So we need a subway map, don't we? Commerce line, spaceport line. Okay, let's have a look at that. To Metro Center. To Central Business District, Commerce. Okay, let's actually go there. Maybe we will find a place to buy the rucksack. Oh, and the train just left. When is the next one? Does it say here? So while we wait for the next train, let's... Okay, so the train is actually arriving. So okay, that's good. Then we can get back into it.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
So let's see if we get a good view of Lorville as the train is going.
Next
Okay.
stop, Central Station.
That sounds promising. Okay, look at that. That's Lorville out the window there. Very Blade Runner-y, isn't it? It's beautiful. So hopefully there will be a subway map that we can look at to try and find our way around. So this is not a quick pick up and play game, is it? This is a game that takes time. If you want to meet up with your buddies, you have to... There's no fast travel in this game. Everything is like real physical space. So if you have to sort of plan ahead and meet your friends. And you know what? To me, that's actually nice. I like that. You gotta plan your things a little bit more. This is not like a it is a streamlined game, but it's not like set up for you to just get around super easy. Look at this city passing by us here on the outside.
Now arriving, Central Station.
Absolutely
Please watch
amazing.
your step when disembarking the train.
And I could fly my spaceship in the air above the city as we're seeing it outside, and I would see my spaceship from the train. I've never been to the Central Station. Let's have a look. I guess these are important figures in Lorville. Okay, so actually that's where we want to go for the administration square. It's Levston Station, I think, because the Levston Square was there. So let's go and have a look and see if we find it. You know what? Actually, I think this is taking so much time, so maybe it's not worth it to go check out that thing before we go mining. So let's try and find the shop to buy our rucksack first. So this is the central business. I thought that was commerce, but maybe it's not. Maybe you can't buy things here. Well, I do hope so. Transfers. Is this the story of the... Yeah, this is probably the story of the city. Like this is some kind of monument, perhaps. Like a piece of lore written on the wall here. What's HD Showcase? Let's have a look at that. Another player. Okay, so this is definitely some kind of museum or whatever. Yeah, this is not what I want to do. I just want to go and buy a backpack. Transfers. Okay, let's have a look over there. I thought they would be beyond HD this far into the future. Okay, so maybe this commerce district is not for buying and selling. Maybe it's for... Maybe this is actually going to be part of the economy. Now I think I understand. Because there is like an economic... there's a part of the game that has not been released... Whoa. That has not been released yet, which is like pure economy of some kind. Oh, this is actually a quest giver.
What? Is this some kind of joke?
Okay. So that means that I have a contract, I think, that I could go with him, but I'm not going to do that. But maybe this is actually for the economy. Okay, trade and shipping. Okay, let's have a look at this. I haven't seen these things before. Here we go. So this is actually where we will go to sell our mining stuff afterwards. So we can remember that. We're gonna go to the commerce district. Was that what it was? Yeah. Okay, that's good. But I cannot yet, I guess, buy anything from this console, can I? It's funny that the buy and sell has the same thing on the ship. Maybe this is for the player economy, where you will buy things that are that other players are selling. Okay, so that's where we gotta go to sell our rocks once we've dug them out. Let's still try and find the backpack. So I guess for that I gotta have transit. Okay, so we were in... Okay, so the business district is not where we want to be. Okay, let's try this. We can actually have a look for Lorville shops in the browser.
Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
Workers district, player hubs, an administrator, Metro Central Station is walking distance from Ellenov. Hospital. Because what line did we take now? We took the commerce line. Was that it? Yeah, and then the Leavesden station might be where we want to go then.
Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
I guess the perimeter line is presumably connected to spaceports, or maybe to get out of the city? I don't know.
Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
But I want to know shops here. But I guess the only place it can be at this point is actually down to Leavesden station. Oh, I got it. Okay, good. And let's have a look out the window again.
Next stop, Leavesden Station, North Quarter.
Okay, so does that mean that there are more than one place we can get off the train once we are there? Again, I'm totally taken aback by this, or the sort of realistic nature of this game. The fact that someone said, you know, when you're on the train like this is not a loading screen. This is actually the location going by outside. Look at that. So I'm actually having my graphics settings on low, which still looks absolutely beautiful. But the reason is that my computer, which has a 1070 card, the frame rate just tanks when I play this with some big ships, for instance, around. Okay, let's get off here. Okay, so Livesden Station, and let's try and... Okay, so let's have a look at this again. Okay. Let's go and check out the... See if we can find the store and buy the backpack. It's funny that I started this stream, I guess, almost an hour ago, is it? Or something like that, and I still haven't been able to mine a single thing. You're being monitored. Well, everyone likes that. Workers' District, that's might actually be where we want to go. Because workers have backpacks. Okay, so now we are outside, definitely. Let's see if we can find a store. That looks like a bar. Production quad. Livesden Square, Metro Center, and here is something creepy going on. Tammy and Sons. I think we have arrived at the correct location. This is what we want. This is the backpack suit that we will look for mining. Do I have enough money for it? No, I don't. I don't have enough money to buy the backpack. Ah, okay, that sort of stuff. Let's see how much we have. I think I have, okay, so I have 1400. Okay, so we don't have enough money to buy this thing actually, which is a bit of a bummer. So that probably means that I should get some missions and then have enough money to buy the backpack so I can store some of the mining, some of the things that I mine. Okay, that was a bummer, but let's. That means I will now go and do some missions instead. So we gotta make our way back to. Yeah, we gotta make our way past this super creepy. Super creepy NPC player bug and find our spaceship again. Great, great stuff. Again, I don't know that much about this game, so everything you see here is made up as I go along. But it does show the nature of the game, unless you really dig into guides and so on, I think. Okay, so my first question is if I can go straight to the spaceport from here. Is there a spaceport line? No, maybe not. Maybe we do have to go to the central station before we continue to Central Business District. Okay, let's wait for the next train. 25 seconds. If somebody told me that I would be waiting for the train in a video game and sort of know that it wasn't because it's a loading screen, it's because there's the place actually has a train that moves the players around, I would be fascinated. But this is sort of, the first thing I think one has to realize about this game is that this is going to be a slow game. Okay, so let's say that me and some friends were now planning to get together and we were gonna do something. We were looking for trouble. We either wanted to go to a space station or some location on a planet. Maybe one of us had a big ship and then we would have to plan it, because we can't just sit down and fast travel wherever we want to go.
Central Station.
You actually would have to make a plan in advance, go find your friend, and then if you had stuff you needed to load on board your ship, you would have to go and do that. You would have to get your stuff, put it in the ship physically, drive your buggies in and so on. You can just spawn items in or slot them into containers. You would actually have to go there. So it creates for sort of a slow experience, I think, which is in some ways, I guess, rather pleasant. But it is a different type of game. You can't expect to power level or power grind through this game very effectively.
Now arriving, Central Station. Please watch your step
You have
when
to take the train
disembarking the
sometimes.
train.
You have to fly for 2 minutes, 5 minutes to get somewhere. So everything becomes like an investment.
Now arriving from Leavesden Station. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
Okay, let's quickly... well, fascinating, this has an near restricted area because I'm inside the city. There's some lore here, I guess, surrounding these characters. Okay, so let's go and take the train to the subway, now to Tesla Spaceport, and find our ship again. So I guess maybe the building that I am in right now is that large building that the train goes. Maybe this building here is that large building that we see from space as we're landing on Lorwell. I think maybe that's it. Okay, let's go. Oh, look at that. It says train arriving in 9 seconds, although it's already here.
Disembark before boarding.
It's interesting to think what you get at this point for paying the amount of money that you do when you buy this game. So let's say you pay $45 to get into the game. Do you only get a walking simulator? And I think... I have a feeling that to many of the people that play this game, it has at least as much to do with just this continuous updating of the game. So you always have some reason to go back into it. In a way, I can see that you don't just play this game once and then you're done with it. There's sort of the replay value of it at this point is just to see how it's getting along in the development, for better or worse. It would be cool to actually fly to this spot and as we are exiting try and see if we can see the trains coming and going out of the central station as we are departing. Although then you gotta stay quite high up so you don't get caught by the autopilot driving you out to the city as you're entering a restricted area. Also, the locations have so much character. I think the places really feel like places because they are sort of used. They are dirty, some of them are cleaner and nicer, but it has this absolutely incredible atmosphere. It's hard to explain.
Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport.
So I actually feel I have already had quite high value from this game, just playing it, even though it is completely and utterly unfinished. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was a real detour to go and buy the backpack that I couldn't afford. So that is sort of silly, wasn't it? Okay, so let's go to customs, get our beautiful ship out of storage. And hopefully we will be able to do some missions with some space combat or maybe some deliveries so that we can get the money that we need. Now entering Terminal 5. There's that NPC creepy bug again. These are ships you can buy in the game, I think, so they are on display. Okay, so let's go and retrieve our ship. Yep, so let's see where it is. Hangar 6. How do I get to Hangar 6? Elevators to hangars. Elevators to hangars. Okay, so here we go. So the elevators in this game don't just go up and down, they go like sideways and around. So when you get in an elevator here, it moves you not just like up and down, it moves you to where you want to go. Although some elevators are on certain tracks, others on others. So was it Hangar 5? It was, wasn't it? It was Hangar 5. We'll know pretty quickly. If you see in front of me there, you can actually see the location of my ships. Now you can see the elevator that I'm in is going sideways, or it's going in a circular fashion, and the ship is now 200 meters that way. If I chose the wrong platform, I guess that would explain it. Oof, yeah, I think I actually chose the wrong one. Let's try and get back into the elevator. Was it 6? If nothing else, this is a beautiful demonstration of that idea that this is a large shared geometric space for everything. So let's see. There you go. That's it. Okay, let's find some work to do. Let's go looking for trouble. So I have roughly half an hour before I have to take a break in my stream. So let's just try and find some cheap bounties, if those are not too far away. Or maybe a delivery mission could also be an option. Let's first get into space.
Aegis combat assist.
We also need to refuel our ship. So we go into vehicle
Shields.
maintenance. Yeah, so there's actually a silly bug with this where you have to leave and then come back again for the refueling to work. So how much fuel do I have right now? 2, I guess we can see that. Yeah, so I don't actually have that much fuel. So maybe I do have to try and bypass that bug by asking permission to lift off, and then I gotta land again. So let's go. And here we go, we are ready to fly. Actually, we're gonna have a beautiful view of the city as we are exiting now. Okay, so let's set up our camera for that. Let us take our ship out of the hangar here on Lorville. Look at that. If this isn't a beautiful game, I don't know. It's just so amazingly pretty. It keeps striking me exactly how beautiful this game is. But of course the bugs aren't that beautiful, because now we do have to do the refueling thing. Did he tell me where I could land? I assume so. I hope it's on the same pad. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. So the way you resolve this refueling bug is actually by just flying.
Proximity alert.
Yeah.
Hit.
Oh, I put on the wrong gimbal mode.
Proximity alert. Hit.
Yeah. So you actually just hover a little bit above the
Proximity alert. Deck.
above the landing site, and then once you are doing that,
Proximity alert. Deck.
you can actually refuel your ship. You don't have to wait. You don't have to actually land on the pad. I hope. There you go. So we want to do all of this. We want to repair, refuel, quantum, and hydrogen. So one fuel is for long distance travel, quantum travel, or hyperspace travel, and the other fuel is for short, or to just transversing through the air. Okay, let's see if we actually have refueled. Yeah, we have. So I think I'm just gonna take off and hope that they don't close that on me. Here we go. So actually, let's put the camera straight above my ship and just fly straight up and watch it all go away under us. Okay, that should be it. Camera above. Maximum speed up, and here we go. Although that is going a little bit slow. So let us actually just go. Bye bye, Lorwell. Ooh, apparently I have opened the canopy. And I don't remember how to close it without entering the ship, so let's do that instead. Okay, let's find that button. There is one to close exteriors. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's try and find a mission we can do. We can get into space first. Okay, so actually someone is already requesting combat assistance. I've never taken one of these missions. Let's try that mission. Yeah, okay, actually I lost it now. Okay, so now that we are a little bit higher up, let's open our contract manager and find a contract to... And now I opened the canopy again. So I didn't push a button there. But I did scroll the wheel. I wonder if I really don't know why that is, if that is a bug or what it is. Okay, let's have a look in the contracts manager. So we have a bounty here. Let's go for this one. So now that we have selected it, let's find it. Okay, so there's a quantum beacon over here, which means that's actually where we want to go. So let's select that and set route. So we have to go to Ariel first, which is a bit silly. Sometimes I really think that there are nasty bugs with the... Okay, obstructed. So there are these really ridiculous bugs in the game with this travel. You have to go around the planet sometimes, and it doesn't give you an actually working route. So that's annoying. Okay, let's just go a little bit up into space. And then we gotta find ourselves a way around the planet. For some reason I can't turn on the cruise control. I don't know why that is. That's weird. Okay, we're a little bit higher now, so let's see if we can find some hyperspace locations or some beacons to go. So I don't get any markers, so I think that's because we are too low, so we have to continue upwards. If I push C now, I should get cruise control, but I don't. Use the afterburner to gain a little bit more altitude. Okay, so altitude 32,000 meters, 35. I think on Earth the boundary for space is 90 kilometers, is it? And again, I seem unable to turn on the cruise control for whatever reason. Okay, so we are now 50,000 meters up. And much higher up than we were before. Okay, let's see if we can now get the beacons working. I'm still not getting beacons to spool to, so I think maybe I have to go even a little bit higher up. Okay, let's do that. Combat assistance request, deep space. So where is that? Go to Roy Vicker. Let's find him. See if that's actually more available. Clear route. Is this Roy Vicker? Unless it's much further away, which is something I don't want right now. Maybe we can actually go here now. Let's try that. Set route. Okay, so then maybe this works. Let's try that. Oh, there's one there. A beacon already. Yeah, that's the one I was trying to go through. Okay, let's try that now.
Quantum travel initiated.
Okay, so that's really close. So this is the first of the jumps that we gotta go to. This is like at some beacon, so we're just sitting there now. So okay, so now we gotta jump to our next beacon. Which is Ariel, which is a moon of this planet, I believe.
Quantum travel initiated.
It's also pretty close. So the backpack was 3,000 credits, so I guess actually on just a single one of these contracts I could potentially have enough to start the mining. Which will unfortunately be on my next stream a little bit later tonight, because I soon have to get off a little bit. Okay, this is a place I haven't been before. It has a really strong color. Okay, so let's find the next quantum travel point. Okay, so this is where we gotta go. So there's going to be a person there, and there's a bounty for that one, and we can go.
Quantum travel initiated.
Oh, that didn't look dodgy at all, did it?
Contact.
Contact. Okay. Neutralize. Let's do that.
Rear shield under fire.
So I'm actually going too fast right now for this. It's an interesting situation.
Mid shield under fire.
So this marker here tells me where I need to shoot, given my current velocity, in order to hit the enemy. Now I think I am more or less behind him. Ooh, whoa. Well, now I'm behind him, right? Oh shit, whoa! Okay, that's a problem. Of course I hit him. And I'm dead! Okay, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? And I'm back on Lorville. So, okay, interesting. This is the first time I have died in this game. Ah, okay. You know what that deserves? That deserves a cup of coffee. Let's make a coffee and bring that with us. So what I gotta do now is I gotta go and reclaim my ship. Unfortunately, I only have 15 more minutes for this stream, so we can give it a try and see what happens. Okay, let's just make our coffee. Okay, so now let's go and... oh no, that's my... What is this? I don't think that was the door. Here's the door. So I still have my coffee? Yeah. So dying deserves a cup of coffee, doesn't it? So what actually happened now is that I woke up in a hotel, or a spawn point on Lorville, where we just left, because I died. So I don't actually know the penalty for dying in combat here. One thing that could be interesting now would be, do I still have my equipment from last time? Let's have a look. So if you look at the equipment manager, the question now is, do I still have my multi-tool? And I do. Okay, that is good, because I would really not want to have to grab that again. So actually what I'm gonna do is, so I hope that the hotel is near the spaceport. Otherwise I'm a little bit lost in space, literally, because then it would be a really long trip back. Let's see. Habitation level 1. Actually, that's not where I want to go. Oh, or is this the... Is this exactly where I came from? Yeah, I don't think this is where we wanted to be. Let's try again. Ground floor. Let's try that. Okay, so that was the second bummer of the day. Getting killed on that mission. I do think I was hitting him though, but maybe it was that collision. They don't avoid you, and I just think I got too close to him, and that's it. This is probably the guy who owns this establishment. These are the places where you pay off your fines if you are doing criminal actions, but we are not doing that. Look at that. So, yeah. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna try one more time, and that will probably be the end of the stream for then. So we want to go to customs, I guess. Creating a better world. That sounds like building better worlds for those that are into the alien lore. We don't want to go to the perimeter line. I think maybe we are already in near Tessa spaceport, or at least I really hope so. Workers district now. We don't want to go there. Admin office. Am I actually in the workers district? So I do have to take the subway back. If that is the case, then I just don't have time for it right now. Residences. So let's see where we are. You are here. Central booking, Metro Central. To Tesla Spaceport. Okay, so the spaceport is right around here. I guess I do have to take the subway to one more stop.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to the perimeter,
Space line. There you go.
Industry lines.
Tesla Spaceport.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
Oh wow, what a thing. So, over an hour ago I set out to mine. That was the only thing that I wanted to do initially, and I did realize I didn't have enough money probably, but so far the only thing we've done around is been around in space. We've gotten killed once. We walked around looking for things, although we did certainly have discovery. It really points out that this is a very slow game. I can see why this game would not be for everyone. Okay, so I still have the contract for Neil Gossard. Was that actually the contract that just got me killed? The other thing that we
Next
have to
stop,
check is how
Pisa
long it's going to
Spaceport.
take to get my ship back from insurance. So when your ship gets destroyed, you get to file an insurance claim for your ship, and that sometimes takes a few minutes, depending on the price of the ship. So let's have one more look. See if I lost any credits from dying. No, I didn't. So it seems like the only thing it does, at least at currently, is it sets you back to where you were, and you get to wait for the insurance claim for your ship.
Now arriving, Tisa Spaceport. Please watch your
Tisa
step when
Spaceport. So
disembarking the
Tisa,
train.
not Tessa. I don't know why I keep saying that wrong.
Kristen Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Okay, spaceship. Let's go and try that one more time. Let's try and find the target one more time, and if that fails, then we are definitely not having the most successful stream ever. But this, I think, reflects your experience as you would have it in the game, presumably. Also, this bug thing here, true, with all these dudes huddled together, also reflects the experience you would have if you buy this game today. And actually, that's not to say it's a bad game. I just gotta underline that I really like this game. It's just that it is a slow experience, and you gotta be a little bit prepared for that. But maybe that sort of slow, sandboxy nature is something you will want. Okay, so let's see how long this insurance claim will take. 6 minutes insurance claim. Okay, that is quite long. It's too long for this stream. Pay expedite fee. Expedite time would be for 1 minute. I think I'm gonna end this stream by doing something I probably shouldn't. Maybe I'll take out my freight ship. Then we will also get to have a look at that one and try to take the bandit down using this one. I don't think this is a good combat vehicle, but we can give it a try. Hangar 9. This is a much larger ship than the one you just saw, and it moves very slowly. Elevators to hangars this way. Okay, let's go. Hangar 9, was it? It really is the thing that is so easy to forget what hangar it told you. Okay, so my freelancer is coming around, or I'm rather coming around the freelancer. And that means I am on the right hangar. And there it is. A lot of people say this ship is ugly, and I gotta say I understand them. This is not really a combat vessel. I don't think it has gimbaled guns. What it does have, though, is a turret. So that's something. Let's open the door. I know a lot of people think this ship is quite ugly as well, so, you know, things are really lining up for it. It's a much bigger ship. We can actually stuff quite a lot of things in the back here if we want to. It's a bit dark in here now since the ship is powered down, and it has extra seats as well. So let's get here. Get into it. Flight ready. There you go. And the comms are here.
Systems on.
Yeah, I think he just told me that I could take off. So I'm going to assume that we are now currently. Yeah, I can see actually the light from the bay doors opening there. So let's go. And here we go once more. Taking off from Tessa. I'm hoping this time will be an easier go. This is a very, very different type of ship. Okay, so let's point our nose upwards. I want to point it to 90 degrees. Maybe not 90 necessarily, let's put it to 80. And let's throttle up, autopilot, and increase the speed. And then hopefully we will climb rapidly into orbit from Tessa. Are we tipping over? Seems to be going alright. Do we have afterburner on the ship? Let's try. Yeah, we do. We're definitely tipping over a little bit. And there's my character in there. Again, if I had the character in the seat next to me and he got out, we would actually be able to see that. We tested that when we were playing multiplayer one time before. Okay, let's move a little bit to the side. We're also dropping our angle, which we don't want. It's funny, you can actually see that the windscreen is dirty. It's a nice little touch. I like that. How far up were we the last time before we went to the contract? Was it 90 kilometers or something like that? Yeah. Let's keep going. Use a bit of the afterburner. No overheat warning yet. There we go. So I think there is a readout on the side here, which is a bit fascinating, which is a readout that tells you it's up here. A readout there that tells you something about how much infrared and electromagnetic your ship is radiating. So I got a feeling if they wanted to, they could put that into like a stealth mode. At least in a lot of science fiction, this is the thing. Like how can you hide yourself when you're in space? It's very, very hard to tell that where you are. Or that there is someone around when you're in space, unless you actually irradiate something, like in the like in the electromagnetic spectrum somewhere, the EM spectrum. There we go. Okay, so that's actually a good view we have of Lorville there, down there in the background. Let's move a little bit to the side. I think we are. Ooh, maybe I should get back in the cockpit before I do this. It is a little bit funny how you really, really accept all the flaws in this game and you still play it. It's a remarkable thing. Okay, let's go and try and take out that bandit one more time now in this completely wrong ship for this particular mission. But worth a go. Is our yes, there's the quantum beacon. Set route. Okay, so we gotta do it one more time. I guess it's exactly the same target as before. Let's go. Realistically, this is not gonna go very well, but we can give it a try. Did I, by accident, push the B button now, perhaps? Oh, it was just such a short jump. And one more jump, and then we are there. He's not that far away. But let's do it anyway. See anyone this time. Oh. Oh shit, it's still, this guy is right here. This is really weird, I gotta say. He's like spinning around there. Is he spinning after our last encounter? No. Let's get a bit closer. His movement is so erratic. Yeah, this is not really going very well, is it? Whoa! I wonder if he was actually damaged from the last time we were here. Look at that, that's the remains of his ship. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so I guess we did actually succeed in getting that bounty eventually, even though this is not the nicest of ships. So let's see if I got money for that. And I have 3,000 units. So that means that I can actually now go and claim, now I can go and buy the rucksack, which I can do to continue my mining operations. Okay, so I'm actually, I actually have to leave the stream right now because it's 6 o'clock and I have some other things that I need to do. But I will be back with another stream later. So for now, let's just get to the bunk and log out from there. So the next time I'll stream probably within an hour or two, and then we will continue to get the rucksack and go down and try to do some proper mining. So we did actually do a little bit of space combat now, which was also part of the goal for the stream. So at least, well, at least there's that. But has it been a super smooth experience? Well, I wouldn't necessarily say so. Nonetheless, we are still, well, it is a game in development. I guess we gotta cut it a little bit of slack, right? Isn't that the idea? Actually, I wonder if it just had a crash. No, there we are. Now we are back. Okay, so thank you to anyone watching. Like I said, I will be back in a little bit later today, continuing this exploration of Star Citizen. Presumably back with some mining, and hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of that and not die all the time. And the last goal I want to do today is I want to get in some ground combat. I got some tips earlier from some people here. Let's see. That said that you could actually... this is from the Discord I was on earlier, and they said that you could go take some bunker missions, bunker raids, and also something called security post carriage. And that you would actually, using on these missions, you would actually be able to get into some real combat that's not the Star Marine, which is the FPS version of this game, or the sort of battle version of this game. So you could actually go and do a mission with real enemies, and I would really like to see that as well. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll be back I think I will be back around 8 Central European time, so that's in 2 hours. Or maybe a little bit before. We'll see. Okay, so thank you to anyone watching, and I will be back soon.